Dear nobody, 新年快乐，红包拿来。Quite funny. Lunar New Year is coming very shortly, and I want to say Happy New Year for those who celebrate. I am also celebrating it, but it's always different when you're celebrating it with your friends or when you're actually with your family. Very different vibes. This upcoming year is going to be the year of the horse, and more specifically, it's the fire horse. Weirdly enough, it's known if the upcoming year it's gonna be your zodiac year, you will unfortunately face a lot of challenges in life, especially your health. It's kind of weird, right? It's supposed to be your year, and in return, it's gonna give you a hard times in life. I think it's kind of ironic and funny. Unfortunately, though, for me, it was true. Well, I was born in the year of the snake, and if you don't know, the year of the snake comes before the year of the horse. So my year is actually this year. It's coming to an end. I'm actually very happy about it. You know what? A year ago, someone told me that I would need to be very careful and use a lot of red colors every single day because anything in bright red can remove bad luck and protect you from evil spirits in a way like that. And I was like, what are you talking about, man? At first, I didn't really believe them. But then as time goes by, though, my oh my, I don't know what was happening, but my health was surely, it was not the greatest. I got sick quite often, and I also had an injury that was, or still is, interfering with my career in piano. Yeah, I tore my tendon on my right hand, and that was awful. It's very awful. So I'm very excited to get this over with, and hopefully my luck will be better this upcoming year. I'm really hoping so. If you don't celebrate Lunar New Year's, that's totally fine because I will now tell you all about it. Well, not all because we don't have that much time, but I will just give you some traditions that is widely known by literally everyone, and you might have heard it too before. We will unfold one by one. I have written down 5 traditions that I'm going to talk about. So if you don't have any experiences in celebrating Lunar New Year's, this one's for you. First of all, though, I just want to say I'm not a total believer when it comes to traditions. Sometimes I do think some things are like not for me. I just don't believe them and I don't do them. But these 5 is kind of the staple or like the standard traditions. Sometimes I do it because I just don't want anything bad happening to me. So it's more of a just in case situation. And I just want to let you know that my background is Chinese Indonesian. That doesn't mean that I am half Chinese, half Indonesian, but it just means that my ethnicity is Chinese and I was born and I live in Indonesia. Coming from a Chindo, which means Chinese Indonesians, this version that I'm talking about might be kind of different with the local Chinese or everywhere in the world. So I'm just letting you know ahead if you sense like, oh, this is not what I've heard from my friends or something, because different culture means different upbringings, and different upbringings means different traditions. So, yeah, just a disclaimer and just keeping that in mind. All right, let's now jump into the number 1 of this tradition is haircut. This is honestly something that at least everyone that I know of back home or even here is doing. It's known that we have to cut our hair before Chinese New Year. You cannot cut your hair on Chinese New Year because that means a lot of bad luck. Like you're chopping off your good luck. So, yeah, you have to cut it before Chinese New Year, like few days before. The reason why we do it before is that we wash away the previous year's bad luck, negative energy, and misfortunes to start fresh. It's like a renewal thing that you're bringing a lot of good luck and prosperity in your life in the upcoming year. And ever since I went to the US, this is kind of bad for me to say it, but I never really cut my hair before the Lunar New Year's anymore because one, it's so expensive here. The salons here are they're crazy expensive. Sometimes I would be like, do I really need it? Because I would usually get my hair done 2 months before that or something like that. So, yeah, I never really justified doing so until this year. Actually, I'm gonna cut my hair in 2 days and I'm ready. I'm so ready to cut away all my bad luck from this year and welcoming a new one in a few days. I know there are many cheap salons in Chinatown or in Flushing. And my favorite one is actually like my main hair salon is actually in Queens, but it's so far away. Yeah, I just don't want to go too far just for a plain haircut. Like for a hair color or something, yeah, for sure. But for only a haircut, I don't want to. And I couldn't find a good cheap ones in Chinatown. There was this one place that I was considering to go, but then the reviews were so mixed, I was even scared. I don't even know which one is true because some will be like 5 rating stars and some will be like 1 and wrote a lot of bad stuff there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna look something else. And that's what I did. So I'm very happy. Okay, number 2. No cleaning on New Year's. Any sort of cleaning, like sweeping around the house or especially throwing out the trash, they are considered very, very bad because it symbolizes that you're sweeping or you're washing or even throwing out the good luck, fortune, and prosperity that arrived with the new year. So if you're asking, then when can you actually clean your home? Well, you have plenty of days leading up to the New Year's to clean your home. And also, it's known to clean your home before the New Year's. Similar to the haircut, we have to do it before the New Year's because it can sweep away all the bad luck before the actual New Year's luck coming. So, yeah. If you want to have a great luck in your home, do not clean on the day, but clean it like 2 days before. And now you might ask, why 2 days before? Why not like New Year's Eve? Well, in this number 3, I will share about how important the New Year's Eve is. Wow, that's like a tongue twister right there. So, number 3, family reunion. Similar to the normal New Year's that we always have on 1st of January, we sometimes do a lot of activities on the eve, right? Like the night before the actual New Year's. Well, in Lunar New Year, it's actually very similar. So the Lunar New Year's Eve is far more significant than the actual New Year's Day because it marked a very crucial family reunion without you thinking about, oh, the hong paos or red envelopes that you're gonna get or you're gonna give to other families. In the New Year's Eve, we just chill. We eat a lot of good foods. There will be plenty of delicious foods. And usually you eat at your grandparents' house because they are the eldest. So, in a way, everyone younger than your grandma or your grandpa, they have to put effort into going to the grandparents' homes. It's like showing respect too. So, yeah, the family reunion on the eve of New Year's is far more significant than the actual New Year's Day. But I think in terms of location wise, nowadays is way more flexible than ever before. Now it's like either there's a lot of things to put into consideration, such as the taking turns in the siblings, like who's hosting this year and who's taking care of the grandparents and like whoever wants to host it at their house or something like that. There's just a lot of variables comes into play when picking out the location where you're gonna celebrate the New Year's Eve. Moving on, number 4, Hongbaos, Angbao, or red envelopes. This is the happiest tradition of all time, especially if you're not married yet. We all know about the red envelopes, right? If not, well, it's basically like a vertical red envelope that is filled with money inside. And the reason why I said it's the happiest tradition, if you're not married yet, is because you can only receive those hongpaos or red envelopes if you are single and not married. If you are married, though, then you are required to give away your fortunes or those hongpaos to the unmarried ones. So the bottom line of this is like if you're single, you're getting money. But if you're married, then you're giving away your money. As simple as that. And if you are, I think if you're above 40 or so, but you're not married yet and you're already making a lot of fortunes, I think in this case specifically, you are allowed to give away money for the younger ones because you're already making money at this stage. And I don't think, well, probably someone will still give you money. I mean, red envelopes, but I'm not so sure with the rules on this scenario. Loki, I don't know how it is if you are married and you also have parents. I don't know how that goes because I haven't gone into that territory yet. But what I've gathered so far is that I think this is what I think. I think if you make enough money to support your parents, then obviously you can and able to give them the home house, especially if they are old and they're not working at anymore. You are required in a way to give them money. Well, I wouldn't say that you are required, but I mean, it's like basic manners that you support your own parents because they have been supporting you in a way like that. It's like respect. But if you're not making as much as you would like to, I think that's okay if you're not giving them any money because you yourself, you also need to survive in order to give others money. But that's what I think. I don't know which one is correct. Honestly, I really have no idea. So let me know in the comments if you have any idea on if you're married and you have parents, like do you give the money or do your parents still give you the money or like how is the dynamic between this? Let me know in the comments. Okay, moving on to the last tradition of today is number 5, new clothes and colors. So, colors is very important here in Lunar New Year's. When it comes to the day of Lunar New Year or even the eve, it's best to wear new clothes, meaning that something that you just bought and you have not worn it at all. And that it's the brightest red you've ever seen. I know there are a lot of shades of red out there in the world, but choose the brightest one amongst everything, the one that will blind you. If you're asking why to choose the brightest red, well, the brighter it is, the more you attract good fortune, joy, prosperity while also warding off all the evil spirits and bad luck for the upcoming year. I mean, who doesn't want that? The red also comes from a legend of a monster that's called Nian. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Well, basically, this monster was really scared of the color red and loud noises and fire. So that's why in celebrating Lunar New Year's is always loud. There's always red and fireworks. It's also because of that monster. So the red essentially symbolizes a protection from the evil spirits. And the one and only color that you must not wear during this celebration is black. Do not wear black color because one, it's an unlucky color, and two, it symbolizes sadness, mourning, and it can attract negativity into your life. Like, you don't want to start your year with negativity. That word actually sounds very funny. I don't know why. Negativity. Wow. There are a lot more traditions that I would love to talk about, but so far, these are the most famous ones. You might have heard it, you might have not. If this was the first time you've heard it, then I'm really glad that you're gaining something from this episode, like knowledge. And if you have any friend or someone you love who's celebrating their Lunar New Year's, you kind of get an idea on why this tradition is very, very important and also the explanations of the traditions. And you can always remind them if they somehow forget. Like, example, if they are in love with clean spaces, they always want to clean something. You can also remind them, like, hey, it's Chinese New Year, you cannot clean it, or it's gonna bring bad luck to you, and stuff like that. Because sometimes, even me, I forget things, and it would be really nice if I get a reminder once in a while because it's been a long time since I've celebrated Lunar New Year's with my own family. It's quite sad because the dates of Lunar New Year is always changing. It ranges from January to February, and the closest I was I cannot remember what year was that, but that was like it happened in January 15 or something. That was the closest one that I can get to, but in the end I missed it because I was always in the States, and in the States during those times I would have my spring semester started. So yeah, it's not really fun. The dates for Lunar New Year's, why is it always changing? Well, because they are using this calendar that is called the Chinese lunisolar calendar, which basically means combining the system of lunar months or moon cycles along with the sun cycles or solar years. So eventually you have these dates that is very different from what we have and what we are used to, like the calendar that we all have. I think it's Gregorian, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not so sure. So yeah, it's not always going to be the same. The last time, I mean this year, the snake year was on January 29th, 2025, and this upcoming one is going to be in February 17th of 2026. So it's a huge jump. So every single time it's Chinese New Year, I would never be home in Indonesia. That's kind of sad. But anyway, if you enjoy listening to this episode, don't forget to rate the podcast and comment what you guys think about this. We also post some quotes and other stuff on Instagram. If you want to check it out, it's going to be at Dear Nobody Podcast, and new episodes every Thursday on all platforms. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and also happy Lunar New Year to the ones who celebrate. Hoping you all have a fresh and lovely start of the year of the fire horse. Talk to you next week. Stay warm and healthy. Bye.